VPC and Subnet. Let's search in VPC. We are already in this page, but if you are a first timer, go to search here VPC and go to the VPC. So once you subscribe AWS first time, you will have one default VPC. For this example, we are creating a new VPC. So what we will do, we'll go to the create VPC. So there are two. First is the VPC only. Second is the VPC and more. So what is the VPC and more? If you go to VPC, if you see in this diagram, you will have the VPC and then you will have subnet and then you will have root table and networking connection. So what they have done, so this is our VPC, primary VPC. Under that we have subnets. So if you see east 1A, we have two subnet. One is the public subnet, another is the private subnet. East 1B, we have the public subnet and then private subnet. If you see public subnet, both from the east 1A and 1B, both are connected with the root table, public root table, and we have the private subnet which is in east 1A and 1B. These have the two routing tables, and if you go to the right hand side, you will have the networking connection project, that is project internet gateway to connect with the internet, and VPC S3. So this is once you are going to create VPC and subnet in one go. So in this example, what we will do, we'll just create a VPC only. So let's select the VPC only. So for this example, we have test VPC. So CIDR block, we are taking about the IP version 4. So what we will do, 0/24 subnet mask will take /24 subnet mask, and this subnet mask will helpful for creating a subnet, and we are not taking IP version 6, and this is our tag test VPC, and now create your VPC. Tennessee also we are just taking a default, we are not talking about the dedicated. Let's select that default and then create VPC. So this is the VPC got created. So if you see the detail about the VPC ID, tenancy, we have selected the default, and we have this is option set, and this is CIDR block /24. This is a root table and ACL. So if I go to the VPC, let's go to your VPC. There are two VPC. This is the default VPC. Once we created our subscription, that is the default VPC came, and this is the VPC today we have created, the test VPC. If you select here the test VPC, you can see the detail about that. You will have CIDR range, flow log, and the tag information. This is the /24. So what we will do in next, we have the VPC created, we'll create a subnet under this VPC. So subnet, again, if you see the left hand side, you will have the subnets. You can go here or you can search from the search box. So let's go to subnet and create a subnet. So what we will do, we have created a test VPC. So this is the VPC we'll select. Under this VPC, we are going to create a subnet. So now again, subnet depends how many subnet you are going to create. If you are creating 10.0.0.0/24 subnet, right? So they will create only one subnet. You will have 256 computer inside that subnet. So what we are trying to say, let's say for example, this is subnet 1, and we are selecting the 1A data center in North Virginia. So CIDR block, this is little bit we have to understand this CIDR block. See, if let's say I select, so these are reserved, and last 8 bit we can use. If we are selecting /24, I can only create one subnet. I cannot add the another subnet. That we have to understand. And all 256 computer will be consumed by this subnet. Let's say you want to create a two subnet. Let's say you are going with /25. Let's say you are going with /25. Then what will happen in this case? you will have 256 computer total. Now you can divide, you can create two subnet if you are going /25. So what will happen, if you see 32 bits are there in total, out of 32 bit 25 bits are reserved. So what we can do, 127 computer, 128 computer can go in one subnet, 128 subnet computer go to another subnet. So what basically what we are saying that let's create another subnet, add new subnet. If you create this subnet, let's say we set subnet 2, and either we can select 1A availability zone, same data center. If for the safety side, we can select another subnet, subnet 1B, or another data center 1B. So either, let's say in this case we are selecting the same data center, suppose. So what will happen in this case, once you define this CIDR block, because we are talking about the /25, 25 can have two subnet. So what we will do, because till 0 to 127 is covered by the first subnet, so it will start from 128. So another will start from 128 to 256. So these are the two subnets. Let's say for example we are going with the 26, so /26. So in /26 what will happen, you can create 4 subnet and then 64 machine can each subnet. So if you are going with this /25 CIDR block under the 10.0.24, this is your VPC. If you put this number, you can only create one subnet. This is you have to remember that. If you are going to create two subnet, go with /25 and 128 machine each subnet. If you are going to create 26, then you can create 4 subnet. So this is interesting. I have one video for the subnetting, how we will calculate the subnetting. You can watch that video, that will help you to understand the subnetting concept. But in this case what we are doing, we are creating a 2 subnet in same data center 1A. We can create in 1B also. So let's say we can, this one subnet 1. Okay, so let's create subnet. See, so we are able to create a 2 subnet here, and these 2 subnet are assigned with the recently created VPC, test VPC. And what we have selected, /24 CIDR, that means we have 256 computer. If you want to go /16, it will have more computers, close to 65,000 computers. So because we are taking just example, this is more than enough. And under the we have created two subnet 1 and subnet 2. If you see, this is the subnet 1 we have created, this is subnet 2, and these are the default subnet came with the /16, which is not in our discussion. So these are the two subnet. So what we can do in next presentation, what we will do, in subnet 1 we'll put a maybe web server, in subnet 2 maybe we'll put a database, and then see how it will work. So today we will just cover this. Thank you for watching.